What's good, shit nicks? In this video we're going to be talking about something I fucking hate about Genshin Impact, and of course lads, everyone knows, everyone who watches these videos loves them, as you can see with this like to dislike ratio. So if you're going to dislike, leave a comment down below telling me why, and I'll respectfully tell you why you're wrong. And let's move in. In this video I want to talk about, is Genshin Impact actually fucking gambling or not? And what I mean by this is the pity system, is the wishing system actually gambling? You know, we're going to decide if it's actually gambling, game theory type shit. Now, the lawful definition of gambling. Now, under the Gambling Act of 2005, betting is defined as making or accepting a bet on the outcome of a race, competition, or other event or process, the likelihood of anything occurring or not occurring, or whether anything is true or not true. Now, obviously, Genshin Impact, the wishing system isn't a race or a competition or even an event. It's really not that. So, Genshin Impact can be ruled out of the outcome of a race and the outcome of a competition, because it's not really a competition. The thing is, you're still betting on the outcome of another event or process, which is a really key factor which you really have to take into consideration here. Now, the second point is the most important one, the likelihood of anything occurring or not occurring, because the pity system is all about chance. And if you say that it's not, like, oh well, there's the guarantee, we'll get onto that. Trust me, I will debunk every single thing for you. Now, on a textbook definition, Genshin Impact would come underneath this Gambling Act as betting on the likelihood of anything happening or not happening. Now, there are loopholes, many loopholes, which Genshin Impact uses to not be classified legally as gambling, and I'm gonna let go of these right now, so keep in tight. What? Gambling is seen as you either win something or you don't. So is gambling technically something if you always win or if you always get something out of it? Now, when you wish on Genshin, when you don't get a 5-star, what do you get? A 4-star? No. You get 3-star weapons. 3-star weapons are among the worst in the game, and there are very far and few between ones that actually are good on characters. These are the definition of the closest to a nothing sandwich that you can get in a Genshin Impact weapon. These weapons are, in the British way of saying it, actual fodder. Every single wish you get one of these, and alongside you get the chance of getting a 4-star or a 5-star. Well, Alex, it clearly says that there's a 4-star guaranteed every 10 pulls and a 5-star guaranteed every 90 pulls. Now, you are, my friend, you are very cooked if you think that that's not gambling. Legally, you're not gambling because there's a reward at the end of it if you do it enough. The only issue with that is that there's such a gap between the start and the finish line of getting a 5-star character that anything can happen in between by chance, and that is how they sneak that borderline gambling aspect and make it legal. Now, all governments across the world have always been very serious of keeping gambling away from children. This is why, like, Feastable thing kind of happened with Mr. Beast chocolate. People weren't really happy because it was being sold to kids, and there was like a, oh yeah, if you do this you'll win. But you'll notice this, every single cereal, every single chocolate company, every single crisp company will always have on their little bag, win a trip to blank, or win a trip to Alton Towers, win a trip to Disneyland. And all you have to do is buy the product and scan it for a chance to win, because you're still buying the product regardless of whether you get something from the website or not. It doesn't really matter since you bought it for the product. So what I'm basically saying is the gambling part is associated with a collaboration with the product rather than the product itself. So basically it's kind of a loophole in the way where you go on the website, you fill in your information out, and then you roll for the win. If you get it, you get it. If you don't, which you probably won't, then you don't. Now, I'm not too sure if this is how it works because I haven't really ever did any of those things, but usually when you don't win anything, you get something like a 10% off voucher or a 5% off voucher, something like that, just something there, so you quote unquote got something, so it's technically not gambling. Now, don't quote me on that because I'm not really too sure, but I think that's how it works. Similarly with Genshin Impact, you are buying crystals, you are buying, you know, wishes, and you're wishing for the chance of getting that 5-star earlier than expected, getting a 4-star. Even if you don't get it, you get a bunch of 3-star weapons, and that is how they prevent themselves from being seen as gambling, because you have 3-star weapons. You get weapons anyways, you'll get a 4-star every 10 pulls. So at the end of the day, if you wish enough, you'll get that 5-star. Where the gambling factor is whether you'll get it early or whether you'll get it late. And that's why the system is so addictive. That's why you're so always lenient to pull, because you never know, your next 160 premium gem spent could be that 5-star you wanted, but you'll never know. You can never predict that. You can never predict that with 100% accuracy that that next pull will be a 5-star or it won't be a 5-star. That's what gambling is. You're taking the chance and spending money and rolling for a chance of winning. Now, you might be in my comments saying, oh, I don't spend, so how is this gambling? Because my friend, you are not paying with money, you are paying with your time. You spend time getting those premium gems, you spend time playing the game, you spend time doing all this for the game, giving it play time, giving it, you know, numbers so people can see how much people play it. You use your time and then you put that into the wishing system and you might get something out of it. But a lot of people, regardless of how long they play the game, will have spent money, at least at one point, because the system of getting, you know, a free wish without the use of Welkin, without the use of buying, is terrible. I don't know, like even I've recommended to every player who plays this game and wants to play seriously that you buy Welkin, because it's $5, £5 a month, and you get significantly more premium gems that month rather than as a completely free to play. It is terrible. I hate it so much. The grinding for a free to play player is unreal, and I have full respect to you. And also ties in with the argument, well, how is it gambling if I can just get these wishes for free? Like I just said, you pay with your time. You don't pay with money, you pay with your time. Other people pay with their money, you pay with your time. It's one or the other. There's no in between. You could argue that Genshin Impact is a kind of lottery system with its wishing system. So I'm going to just read you off some points about lotteries. What lawfully the definition of a lottery is a payment is required to participate and one or more prizes are rewarded, and these prizes are rewarded by chance. That last point is the reason why Genshin Impact isn't classified as gambling, because it's not fully up to chance. It's not only by chance. You are guaranteed at 90 wishes to get that character or weapon, and that is how they trap you, and that is how they bring you in to the standstill where you're like, well, it's not gambling technically, so it's not bad. And if you or anyone you know are suffering from a really bad, you know, gambling addiction, even if it's not really bad, even if it's like showing up signs, because it can get worse and it does get worse. Gambling addiction is nothing to laugh about. It's nothing to, you know, take the piss out of like I do with almost everything. Because a gambling addiction can actually be real, and it can hurt you and the people around you, because, you know, you might ask them for money, you're using all the money you got from your work and stuff, paying the bills instead of supporting yourself, you're gambling it away. And I think that gambling has become this unserious thing where everyone makes fucking jokes about it on TikTok, like, you know, how 1 billion on red, like that. I mean, it is funny, but there are real issues with it, and you are never alone in a gambling issue, never once. Even if you think that you have no one with you, no one else for you, even if you think that no one else is with you when you're suffering from this gambling addiction, or if you're too scared to talk about it, you're not. Please reach out to someone, even if it's Genshin Impact, even if you think you're spending too much on this game. It can still be very, very sad. There's news articles of people, like kids, literal kids, stealing their fucking parents' credit cards and spending like 10 grand on this game because of how easy it is to do and how much rewards you can get out of it. It is insane how much everything costs, how close to gambling this is, and they have hired real legal professionals to make sure that it's not classified as gambling, and they can advertise it as a game for kids, because you really have to keep in mind that Genshin Impact is a kids game. And that's about it from me. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please like, comment and subscribe, and get my Twitch link in the description and follow me up there, because I'm going to be going hard.